Welcome back to the Guitar Reliquary. Today we're going tooth and nail into the fire with this guitar. Hello again, everybody. Today I have the pleasure of bringing you the ESP LTD George Lynch Desert Eagle signature model. This is a brand new guitar that was advertised at NAMM earlier this year. Consequently, I had seen some reporting online about it coming out, and I stood poised to pre-order it at my soonest option, which was through Musician's Friend on the day of whatever NAMM show day it was that it went live. So I had seen just a brief flash of it on the ESP All Access for the NAMM this year, and I was really intrigued by it. Had a lot of features that I like, had some features that I didn't know that I would like, but that I turned out liking very much, and I'm really excited to go through this today. Now, one of the particular reasons that this is special for me is because I am part Penobscot Native American. My grandmother was half Penobscot, and when I saw that George was celebrating Native heritage with this guitar and also donating a portion of proceeds to his Native charities, it was an instant need to have it, given my love of Duncan and Lynch Mob and the absolutely excellent End Machine. If you have not checked out his new band, the End Machine, the newest album just came out in March, and it is outstanding. It's one of my favorite albums of the year. So about this guitar, I may have just got lucky, but mine did not really require any work out of the box, and that is atypical for me with a cheaper import guitar. Sorry, I have to keep my computer alive, so I'll be periodically adjusting my mouse. This came out of the box, out of the case, directly from ESP. It had not been opened by Musician's Friend, so I got it right from the factory in Korea. And the only thing I did was slightly lower the nut deck, and that is because I am a bit anal about my nut height. And I wanted it to be just a hair lower. Now, any average guitar player would have been fine with it where it was. It was not overly high. It was actually cut to an appropriate depth, but I wanted to bring it down a little bit, and I did, and now this is easily in my top 3 guitars, which is a surprise for me because usually I don't bond with guitars so instantly or so fully. So what about this guitar makes it so amazing for me? Well, first off, unlike the more expensive ESP Japan crafted models, this has an alder body. The more expensive ones come with a maple body, which means that it's quite heavy. And while in my dreams I might want the ESP version, the alder really works better for me because I prefer to have a lighter guitar weight-wise than a heavier guitar. So this beautiful alder body is mated to a one-piece maple neck, and mine has some very nice figuring on it. Not really flame, but certainly lots of visual aesthetics within the wood. This one-piece maple neck is joined to a beautiful dark ebony fingerboard. It's possible that the fingerboard has been dyed. I do not know. I didn't need to oil the fretboard when I got it, so I don't know if any coloration would have come off it. So this beautiful guitar also has, of course, the custom graphic, and it is in fact a graphic, and I can see that it is extending maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch down into the guitar's body. So I assume they painted the back black, and then they had the vinyl wrap or whatever color transfer wrap they use over the top. This graphic has a much higher quality than my Kami 4, which has a lesser, I guess, DPI than this one. So this one really looks phenomenal. You can't really tell that it's a graphic unless you hold it in certain lights. Otherwise, it looks painted on. So I really like that. Really high quality stuff there. It has the Floyd Rose 1500 bridge. So this is the Korean-made Floyd Rose, but has the titanium parts. Now, I didn't think that the titanium parts would make that much of a difference, but they really do. They're so much smoother feeling. This bridge feels much higher quality than a 1000 series, which I've had on several of the guitars that have been on the channel, and also that I haven't got a chance to review yet. As far as pickups, it has a Seymour Duncan Distortion and an ESP SS120 single coil. I was a little bit surprised to find that it didn't have the Hunter or the Screamin' Demon in it. So the Kami 4 I have has the Hunter in it, and it's a great pickup, but I actually think that the Duncan Distortion suits me better. I was really happy with the tones here. This is controlled by a single volume knob that is push-pull to select the pickups. So there is no tone knob and there's no selector switch. It's up is neck single coil, down is bridge. No coil tapping or anything like that, which is fine because I live most of my life on the bridge position. As far as the neck goes, the neck is 22 frets that are stainless steel extra jumbo, and I love stainless steel frets, my favorite feature of this guitar. It is one of those things that I don't think about a lot when I'm playing, but notice that my hands are less stressed when I play a guitar with stainless frets, and I play more like myself, if that makes any sort of sense. It allows me to unchain the night, as it were. Now, this guitar is a 25.5-inch scale length, which is common to the George Lynch guitars and Strat style, Super Strats, whatever you want to call them. It is a little bit unique in the LTD line in that it has a 12-inch fretboard radius. So the Kami 4 has the 14-inch radius, or 13.78 or whatever it is, because of course it's millimeter, because these are designed by Japanese engineers as opposed to the Imperial. So I personally like the 12-inch radius the best out of any fretboard radius. I've played a lot of Gibsons. I've played my Steve Morse, as you know, which is a 12-inch radius. I love the compound radius on the Charvels, which starts at a 12-inch. But a 12-inch for the whole fretboard is just, that's, for me, if I was designing a custom guitar, that's what I would have. And that's great because it has a Floyd Rose BR3 nut, which has a 12-inch radius. So the radius of the nut matches the radius of the fretboard, whereas on the Kami 4, the radius of the nut is a little more curved than the fretboard itself. Fretboard is flatter since it's 14-inch. And that's matched at the bridge as well. I checked with my radius gauge, and they've evidently shimmed, or maybe they didn't need to shim with the 1500. I'm not that familiar with the specs on the 1500 as far as the saddle radius. Now, one of the cool things about this guitar that I didn't know that I would love so much is that it actually has a 45mm nut width, but the BR3 is a 43mm nut. So what that means is you can see a little bit of the nut deck on either side of the neck. Now, you wouldn't think that that would make a huge bit of difference, but what it does is it actually fills my hand a lot more comfortably without affecting the string spacing that I'm used to. And it also gives me a little bit of insurance when I'm playing fast with light strings that I don't go flying off the fretboard, because that would be the kiss of death, of course, for someone who is playing heavy metal. So that's really awesome to me. I love that feature. That's something that they've been doing on the George Lynch ESP versions, not the LTD versions, for a while. But I think this is the first LTD that has done that. I could absolutely be wrong. I know that my Kami 4 is not like that. My Kami 4 is a 43mm. I measured it, so it matches the nut. Now, of course, we have our string tree. It's a great string tree, holds the strings down. Our LTD branded non-locking tuners. The tuners are a bit stiff, but that's nothing that a little bit of adjustment wouldn't affect. So all in all, pretty amazing shred / metal guitar. Has the awesome George Lynch input scheme where it goes in at an angle, so when you're playing, it's not really bothering your leg when you're sitting down. It also can go nicely up into your strap if you're standing up while playing. So the only thing I have done to this is install some Schaller strap locks, and that's because I like my strap to be secured. I've had issues where strap buttons have come loose and guitars have fallen, and that's definitely something that you want to be aware of if you're not using a good set of strap locks, and that you're not checking that these are secured. So I actually check my strap buttons every time I go to play, because that's my nightmare scenario of actually dropping a guitar. And I've done that before. Took a huge chip out of a Jackson SL3 about, I don't know, 25 years ago, and it still haunts me. It's still something that's like in my dreams. I can't get rid of it. So anyways, I took the opportunity to do the demo with the Friedman IRX through the Headrush as a cab sim, and then I added a little bit of compression to the lead in post, and I added a little bit of delay to the sort of harmony parts in post as well. So check out the demo, check out the guitar. Can't recommend it enough. It is now my third favorite guitar. I know that doesn't sound like high praise, but compared to a custom shop Mayona's guitar and a custom Ernie Ball guitar, a $16.99 USD ESP LTD, making it into the top 3 with all the guitars I've had on this channel, is, in my opinion, high praise. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the demo. Please check out my other videos. I have lots of gear that I review on the channel. Like and subscribe, and hang around till heaven comes down.